Yeah, I can see him. I can see the levels bouncing around and everything. So yeah, I'm fucking sick of Morrowind. Like, I want to get the shit out of there already, and I can't.
Oh, because you're in Stone Falls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, don't worry, man. You'll be traveling to distant lands soon.
I mean, I've already been to Bleak Rock.
Yeah, well,
which was
now do
fun.
you understand the pain of lip gloss and long hair?
Man, yeah, that took for fucking ever. Like, when you guys have to get out, like, not have to, but when you choose to put on makeup to go out, like, that's a fucking process, man.
Yeah.
I was already starting to get ready at about 3 o'clock.
Really?
Nice.
Holy shit.
It also takes her forever and a day to get out here through the traffic, too. So I imagine driving in the traffic this week sucked particularly hard.
I left at 7:30 to get here at 8:30.
Nice.
Was it really 8:30?
Yeah.
Man.
Just about.
So we were right behind you. Wow.
Okay, good. Everything seems to be hopping and popping and rolling and
yeah.
Video's not up. That's why we do our
Who's
little
saying that? Where's my
briefing.
chat monitor?
Corporate Cal, yeah. Corporate Cal, though, you can
There
see the little pre-podcast thing, right? That says we begin around 9 o'clock, even though it's 9:20.
You can hear us yammering
It's
on
my
like
fault
idiots.
this time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's my fault this time. Yeah, this is called the Corporate Cal, and for those of you that are unaware, this is called the pre-stream. This is where we fire up, we get some conversation going, we get the juices flowing.
It's like pre-cum.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of pre-cum.
And then our orgasm lasts anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then we fire it
Depending on how angry we get.
Yeah, last
but
time.
you can still get pregnant on pre-cum.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can, yeah.
It's a dangerous game.
It is a dangerous game. It is a dangerous game, but worth it.
Very worth it.
It's really worth it.
It is.
If you guys haven't used the pull-out method,
Yeah.
just go nuts.
Do they call you the pull-out queen?
They call
queen?
They call me pull-out Steve-O.
Pull-out
That's an
Stephanie?
accurate choice
Do you guys
of
want
words.
to know? Corporate Cal plays in our fantasy football league. He has a team name, and his team name is Ain't Pulling Out.
Oh, my God.
Uh,
Cal.
His team abbreviation is CAME.
He just says, my juices always flow,
Well,
just
whenever-
like in the Starburst commercial.
Not Starburst,
Oh.
Gushers.
Ugh. Ugh.
Fruit by the foot?
Wait, so whenever you bite in, then it
Yeah,
Then it
when you
pops.
bite it,
Yeah.
it pops like a
Like a
fruity zit.
gusher.
ew.
Yeah.
Oh. Like
And
a
I will never be able to eat Gushers ever again, ever.
Well, that's a good thing. Then you don't really need to eat that. It's not really a food group.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay, let's
straighten
not-
my
Cal, quit talking about your sliz slinger.
I will get your slinger. We're gonna kick this off so you guys can see what I look like because I just Twitter what StreamBot. Saying Dan, knock it off. Knock it off, saying Dan.
Knock it off. Zing,
Also,
man.
welcome to the podcast, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go live. I spent 45 minutes in a chair, and so now you guys will be able to see.
You
me.
need to see this shit.
Yeah.
Look
Hey,
at that.
Jesus.
This is it. This is me.
Look
This
at
is what I look
that.
like. This is obviously a wig. But
no, you grew
No,
that.
it's not.
You
No,
grew
it's not.
that
Your
out.
hair is naturally purple, ultraviolet.
Is that your hit girl
this
costume?
this is your girlfriend's wig, man.
Oh, is it?
I'm up in your girlfriend's wig right
Nicely
now. Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
I forgot she had
She
that.
will. How could you forget?
She has so many wigs.
Go put on the wig. Every single night.
Go put on the wig.
But yeah, why am I in a dress? That's because we've had 100 followers.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Like your mom. I do. Yes, I probably do. I
Yeah.
probably look a lot like my mom. That's
Oh my
probably
God.
true. Shark and I are in dresses. Will and Chuck are in suits because we got over 100 followers last week.
Woo!
And it happened to coincide with our year-end finale, which is episode 230 of the Angry Cuddles podcast. My name is Steven. With me as always.
No, your name is Stephanie.
Yes. My name is Stephanie.
Get that shit right.
With
son.
me.
I feel like I
Daughter.
should be whipping your ass.
As
Stephanie,
always.
your name is
And
Stephanie.
I didn't think to bring my writing crop.
Yeah, you should.
Oh.
You should have had that.
I have
Is-
one in the bedroom.
Is a fantastic
I can
fucking
grab
face.
it.
Look. No walking away.
I do.
TMI Monday.
Is it for
Will.
sex?
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
No,
course.
it's for riding
Why not?
horses.
That's a good question, Shark. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
You have to keep a relationship spicy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Joining me
I
today,
forgot.
DJ Pikachu.
I forgot. We have one as well.
You look fantastic, dude.
Not nearly as fantastic as you.
no,
No.
I appreciate
I
it.
look fantastic.
You look
You
fantastic.
look fabulous.
I look fabulous. Yeah,
Very fabulous.
scrumptious. Will Roth, Will the Thrill.
Oh, hello.
Willa the Thriller Killer.
Also looks fantastic.
Thank
You
you.
do have that Tarantino.
Thank you. I'm here. I'm just mourning the loss of our dear rapper 2 Chainz.
What happened to 2 Chainz?
He's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
2 Chainz died.
2 Chainz is gone.
Wait. This is a perfect time.
Is this the head of 2 Chainz?
Well, first, the card.
What is this for?
Because
Stark.
someone had a birthday.
Someone did have a birthday.
It's actually my birthday right now.
Yeah, it's actually Will's birthday right this very second. Happy
It is
birthday,
Will's
Will.
birthday for the next
We're so
2.5
sorry for your
hours.
loss. This is perfect. How did you know I was going to be talking about 2 Chainz? Oh, we want you to know that our hearts are with you during this difficult time. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know how
That's
important
really
2
good.
Chainz is to your life.
2
Corporate Cal
Chainz.
just said his life is over because of that.
Yeah, 2 Chainz is dead.
Look at that.
Sorry, Cal.
Sorry, Cal.
We'll open up the rest of
For
your
real? Did he
birthday
really for real
cake.
die?
No, he's still alive.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's still kicking.
2 Chainz is still there. You're okay, Cal.
This feels like
Your life
We got
still,
you a bottle of beer.
Your life's
feels
still
like a
good.
bottle of some sort. Oh, bottle of Jones. Is this Nuka-Cola?
Nuka-Cola bottle of
It is Quantum.
Holy
Quantum
shit!
Nuka-Cola.
Quantum That's awesome. That is badass.
I saw this like all over Reddit. Like everyone was having these, and I was like, "Where the fuck are they finding Quantum fucking Nuka-Cola?"
Where did you guys find
Yeah,
Quantum
where did you
Nuka-Cola?
find this?
Target.
It's a Target exclusive.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
We have our.
I
we
couldn't
have our
find it
insiders.
anywhere here.
They actually got a shipment of 8 bottles today.
Holy shit!
8.
And you got one of them,
Ocho.
and now I've got it.
That's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank
That
you. I
is
appreciate that. I'm a
fantastic.
huge Fallout fan, and
You're just a Bethesda fan in general, dude.
I am, and now
Now-
I have
now-
just throw it over my shoulder, and now I have. I'm like,
Now,
fuck
Will,
it.
I
now I
didn't-
have Nuka-Cola.
I didn't know
Yeah,
you're-
now my question is he going to drink
Turn that
it
shit
at room
around.
temperature, which is going to be how he find it in the wasteland, or is he going to put it on ice?
I gotta put it on ice.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did not know your birthday was coming up.
Put a flashlight
Um.
in it and it like glows.
Oh, it'll
that'd
glow.
be cool as hell.
That's
did,
awesome.
Did
Yeah,
you
do
want
that.
that now, or did you want to save that toward the end?
No,
I'm gonna
I'll do
save
it. I'll
yeah,
do
I
it
can't.
now.
I can't even drink it.
Oh, bitchin'.
Dude, that is fucking Nuka-Cola.
That's really
That
awesome.
is actually pretty wicked.
That's really cool. That's
so
awesome.
good. And Will, yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that your birthday was coming up when I got this for you, but this is for you for
What?
Christmas as a way of saying thank you.
Thank
Here.
you. Thank
can
you. What's
I
with
hand-
all the
I'd like-
gifts? You guys are just the
No, no,
You're
sweetest.
not doing it right.
Just hand it. Just
My
hand it
voice
to
is
him.
getting higher
There
because
you
you guys are the
There
sweetest.
you go. That's Merry Christmas. I tried to do something for each of you guys.
Dude.
Look, there's like several more in here too.
What?
Like there's 4 or 5 of them in there. I mean, they're all the same,
Dude,
but there's
But
copies
it's
of
rad.
them.
This is an AC
It's an AC guitar pick.
guitar pick.
Yeah.
What?
I actually tried what I tried to do. It was Shark actually gave me the idea of doing something sort of AC for you.
Yeah.
But Shark's idea was to get you a lanyard because you're so pro lanyard
So
like
pro
so months
lanyard.
ago.
I'm super pro.
But you
lanyard.
can't buy a single lanyard. You have to buy hundreds of them.
What?
I have 5 lanyards.
One lanyard is like
You're about to have-
$100, and then 100 lanyards is like
Is
$109. Like it's really crazy.
Well, this is really cool. Tell you what, on my next show, I'm gonna use. The
you can
Angry Cuddles
flick
pick.
them out. You can do it. I have no idea the quality if it's gonna snap in half the first time you strum.
I don't think it will.
Uh,
It is thicker than what I use, but it's cool. I dig it a lot, man.
Cool. Yeah.
These
Well,
are really, really
Christmas,
cool.
dude.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That was
I want
thoughtful.
one now.
While you guys are here, don't forget to we are a GameFly affiliate, so if you guys want to try out GameFly, you're directly helping us out. Go to gameflyoffer.com/angrycuddles. And now we're going to do our awards. We're going to start with the best game of 2015 is decided by so all the awards, by the way, were decided by me because everybody has lives and stuff, and so I imagine that people are going to fire back at me on some of these things. So we're going to start with the best game of 2015. This was decided by me and Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that. So the best game of 2015.
We're
Kick off
starting
now.
with the best game.
That's where we start, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
We're the
then we
Spike
move
VGAs
from
now.
there, as opposed to
okay.
doing all the other stuff and then building up to the
Building
best
to the
of.
best
I
of.
feel like that's the most actually non-interesting one.
It's so hard.
You know, to look at me
you,
and take me seriously.
Because you just went like this.
Well,
And moved your hair.
The hair gets stuck on your
Oh,
mouth.
Hey, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's even worse when you have on lip gloss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So here are the nominees for Best Game of 2015. And anybody in the chat, join. Let me know what you think it should have been. The nominees for Best Game of 2015 are The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt,
Yes.
Fallout 4, Bloodborne,
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain,
Of course.
and Super Mario Maker for the Wii U.
No.
Reminding everyone of Mario Paint in their youth.
Oh no! This is Mario Paint for like
Building your
masochists
own.
Here's-
yes.
and sadists.
Here's where Nintendo's at right now. When someone on the internet said Super Mario Maker as Best Game of 2015, I thought they were kidding. I had to double check with them to make sure they weren't.
No, it turned up on a lot of best of lists.
Did it really?
On YouTube.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it did.
Good
What is
for-
the deal with that?
It's you know what? You fucking do it.
They just do it.
It's Nintendo.
You
We
think
give
you're
up
so goddamn
if you
good at
think
it,
you're
do it
so
yourself.
smart. And the winner for Best
yeah.
Game of 2015 is Fallout 4. Fallout 4.
Okay.
The reason
Wow.
that Fallout 4 is the best game of 2015
Wow.
is because
Wow.
it is the amount of content you get. It is the action and the RPG and the story. Everything. It was not only very anticipated, but for the most part, paid off on the anticipation. Also think that Bethesda did it really well, which is we announced it like 6 months before we launch it at max. Not even 6 months. It was like 5 months. By the way, we're announcing Fallout 4, and we're almost done with it. And that's how you do fucking game announcements.
And they
Yeah.
didn't. There wasn't any pushbacks. It was here is the
Yeah.
3 numbers.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom,
Exactly.
and you're gonna get it on that day. And we did.
So now we're going to do our personal best ofs, just your favorite game from 2015.
Yeah.
Ones you guys have done. And so we're going to start with Chuck. Chuck, you're a big indie guy, so I'm expecting something indie from you.
Yeah, not any different this time. My 2015 pick. Now, to be fair, I didn't play a whole lot of games that were released this year, so my experience is shallow.
Sure, yeah.
But from what I have played, I played a lot of indie stuff because it's either free or it's really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the chance to play Undertale free. And I almost fell in love with Undertale as much as I fell in love with Earthbound when I first played it.
Is Undertale an RPG?
Undertale is an RPG, and it is actually very reminiscent of Earthbound. It's got that weird quirkiness and everything, but it's a Western quirky versus an Eastern quirky like you got from Earthbound, but it's still equally weird. And one thing that really got me about Undertale is you can try gun your way through the whole game. You can go through it and not kill anything. You will have random encounters,
Yeah.
but you don't have to kill anything. And in fact, the game actually kind of A, hints at it, and B, encourages it. And
Wow.
that's something you don't see hardly ever. Like, it wants you to talk to them, to communicate with them in whatever way that you can before you decide, okay, I need to smack this thing.
I like it. That reminds me, Deus Ex Human Revolution is going to be a game with gold in the end of January.
Whoa.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Does that means they're porting it over to the Xbox One?
Yeah, you'll get it on Xbox.
Oh, they're allowing people to now vote
For
for the next games that they bring over.
for backwards
For
compatibility?
backwards compatibility.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
There's
hope
a
they-
huge vote. You know what's at the top?
Red Dead?
Red
Hold on.
Dead's up there. Skyrim.
Okay.
Yeah.
A few others. But I mean, it's like a landslide between
They
like those the
I
top
think
three.
like one of
They-
the fucking Call of Duties is up there too.
Yeah, it's really silly actually.
they chose the games on this list, right? This isn't just a write-in thing.
no,
Because if
you
it's a
would- you
write-in
could
thing,
nominate-
everybody's going to want Fallout 4 like that.
No, he's talking about backwards
backwards
compatibility.
compatibility.
Lists for backwards compatibility.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So-
okay.
So one person would nominate a game, and then whatever got the highest would be on the list.
Yeah.
And so
And-
far, it's like
And
That makes
also
more sense.
it does depend on the developers like being
well, right.
in on it, and the publishers being in on it.
They got to be okay with it.
But they did just update the list, so like Halo Reach was just thrown on there. Deus Ex, obviously.
I would only think that a foolish publisher wouldn't want to have that.
Right. It's I mean, it's if your game has any DLC that's free, that's money there. And then if you're making any sequels at all, it's money there. The other reason, and actually, I'm not going to get into that right now because that's going to come up later when we do some one of the other awards.
Okay.
What about you? So your Undertale is your favorite of 2015.
My favorite of 2015 has a lot of heart. It doesn't look very pretty, but the thing is, this is another one of those things where you have just enough graphics that you can kind of your brain fills in the rest. Like we were talking about with the 16-bit era.
Yeah.
It feels very much like that. The music is beautiful. The story is actually pretty good, especially considering how one of the main premises of the game is conflict without violence, which is like I wish more games would do that.
And what's it available on?
It is a PC game. I'm not sure how you can get it.
You got it
any
through
other way than
Steam, right?
Steam.
Okay.
Um,
Steam seems to be the way to go for the most part.
Yeah, I think you can get it on Good Old Games or something like that.
Yeah.
Steam
well.
is the word.
Seems weird.
Yeah.
Steam
Or
is
well,
the word.
You're up. Favorite
Well,
game of 2015.
My favorite game of 2015 was on that list, Steven. Okay.
Gosh, I wonder
Sorry.
which one it is.
Shark knows. Shark, why don't you say it?
Witcher 3.
That's
The
right.
Wild
Yeah.
Hunt.
It
I was hoping
it was
that
my
would be-
absolute favorite game
This whole year.
this whole year because not only did it give you a fantastic story of Geralt trying to find his quote-unquote daughter, but
Yeah. Was that what the hunt was and why it was so wild?
well, the Wild Hunt was this group of this pack of like demon-esque hunters trying to kill your daughter.
The Wild Hunt falls under a lot of the older mythology when
Yeah,
you're
it's true.
talking about the fair folk.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you didn't call elves bad things, because to call them anything but good is to bring bad will on yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually a lot of what The Witcher brings is like old folklore like that and stuff. It's really, really cool. And what that game gave me was more than just a cool story and great gameplay and at a good pace too. The story would last you forever. And
Really?
there were so many side things to do, so many monster contracts, and really just it set the whole tone of the game was so dark and gritty and like kind of slow moving and kind of hopeless at times that like it was just great. And not to mention that, you know, they just released an expansion that I haven't even gotten yet because I haven't even like completed the full game because I want to complete it before I do the expansion.
Right, obviously, yeah.
But the expansion is like a whole nother fucking game.
The Papio, I've been up all night. It's now 5:55 a.m. Thanks for joining us, even though it's 6 a.m. wherever you are. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
5:35, yeah.
Papio.
Works too. And Stance Gaming, thanks for joining the chat. Good to have you guys or girls. We appreciate it. The Witcher 3 actually had monsters that you hunted because you are a monster hunter.
You are a monster hunter.
And that was my thing about The Witcher 2, which was a fine game. It was just like there's one monster that I remember hunting.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah, The Witcher 3 is all about that.
Okay.
You are a gun for hire or sword for hire, sword
Right.
sell sword. But it's just, it's so great, and the choices that it gave you, oh man, great game. Great game. Should have been the game of the year, which it was the game of the year.
Yeah, I've seen our pretty much our list
Yeah.
pop up as different winners. Like a lot of times there'll be a really like people pretty much all agree that this specifically is the game of the year.
Right.
But this year we got more really good games.
We got a lot of really good
true,
games all
yeah.
at once.
Yeah. Also true.
Very true.
Although let's see, last year it was either last year or the year before. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor won Game of the Year, and it should have.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of a strange because it's based on a movie or based on a franchise, pre-existing franchise, and it was like, well, there's not really anything else. And so that was sort of the feel that year. This year is like, wow, what do we?
Yeah, it was a
what
big
do
year.
we choose from?
It was a very big year. Actually, I'm glad you brought up Shadow of Mordor. The company behind that was at Monolith.
Monolith.
One of their head developers got he has hardcore cancer.
Oh, right, and they're running a
They're running a
fundraiser.
fundraiser for him.
Yeah.
You can follow that, I'm sure, on monolith.com or anything like that.
Yeah,
but-
go look it up if you want to support him.
Yeah.
And by the way, Middle Earth Shadow Mordor. I don't give a shit about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I don't have any care about any of that lore.
Mhm.
I
Nerd
barely
status revoked.
I barely enjoyed the movies, and I never read the books, and I
Get
just don't.
behind thee,
really-
Satan.
But that
and I'm
game
sitting next to her too.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the story is so good.
Is it?
Like, there's a lot of, like, the lore. The game almost makes me want to go back and, like, rewatch movies and stuff because it
Right.
incorporates
Just don't
elements
try
from
and
lore.
read the Silmarillion.
the
You'll hurt
Silmarillion.
yourself.
Silmarillion.
Silmarillion.
What
kinda
is
like
that?
The Silmarillion.
That's
Well,
like
that's hardcore.
Yeah, it's like the
It's
Like
hardcore.
written in Elvish or something?
No,
expanded
it-
universe.
Might as well have been.
Oh, okay.
It's like the full lore of everything.
Yeah, it's Elvish Beowulf essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you have that digitally or do you have physical?
Digitally.
Okay. I really want to play that game.
It was like Xbox is getting ready to have an enormous sale, and
Yeah.
it may be on that list. But when I got it, it was on sale for like $12.99.
I'm waiting for it to go Games with Gold.
It'll. I mean, it very well could.
Yeah.
Okay, Shark, you're up. Favorite game from 2015?
Well, initially I was going to say Batman Arkham Knight because I
Yeah.
am a big fan of Batman.
Nice.
But checking out some of the different gameplay and stuff, and I haven't really had a chance to play a lot of the 2015 games. I don't like having to drive in any game.
And driving
so-
in Batman Arkham,
Arkham
Knight
City-
sucks.
or Arkham
I hate having to drive in any game, so that changed it. Plus, also doing some research, the cost-wise for Batman was ridiculous considering what little you actually got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. I beat that game in maybe 5 hours.
Arkham City?
Arkham
or Arkham
Knight.
Knight,
Arkham
I mean.
Knight.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
Yeah.
you know,
I was really let down.
A lot of people.
Will's
were.
going to be super
A
proud of
lot.
this, but I'm switching to The Witcher 3.
Yeah?
Based on content,
Yeah.
available downloads, and the fact that you have so much, it has replay value because of your choices.
Yeah.
You can pick different
It's
things.
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like Dragon Age Inquisition did a really good job of in the moment making you go, "Oh, what the fuck do I do?" But when you replay it a second time, those choices get really shallow because they sort of take you the same direction anyway.
Mhm.
And it's a little like Dragon Age Inquisition is an amazing game if you play through it one time. If you play through it a second time, you sort of like you can sort of poke the holes into it.
Yeah.
So and the way that Project CD handled their DLC for the most part has been top notch, which is that it's mostly been free.
From what I've seen, they have like 16 different free things, and
Yeah.
even the premium pack still just has a bunch of extra good stuff.
Yeah. Excellent.
Nice. You know what game that I just got into that I played over the weekend? It
Star
was
Wars
great.
Battlefront.
No, God.
Dear God.
Damn you. No.
What?
Me and
come?
me and Yuri played it.
The Dear God.
Just one night, he downloaded Gauntlet on the PS4.
Okay.
Gauntlet Slayer Edition.
What?
Yeah.
Such a great little
What?
couch co-op game.
Yeah, it's fucking Gauntlet.
It's so good. It's
It's-
so good.
yeah,
We
it's
had
Gauntlet.
a blast just sitting there running amok in that damn game.
On the Friday stream, we played Night Squad
Yeah.
on Xbox One.
God.
And it was, I had a blast playing that fucking game. Jonathan was getting so into it though that he would have to stop in between games and be like, "My heart rate's way too
And
high."
at the
like I have
same
to,
time,
I'm seriously having an anxiety moment.
He just like innately understood the game. Like he said he never played it before, and then he picked up a controller, and he was a fucking monster.
If you go back and watch the Friday stream, you can see Chuck about to throw a controller several times.
just
It's good. We get a little Chuck rage there.
Well, and speaking of co-ops, we also had a really good thing from Nintendo for co-op, and we had Splatoon.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Changed the way
Splatoon.
co-op played.
So it's a third person shooter that's not a shooter,
Yes.
It's
and
a
it's
spitter.
it's
You are essentially a graffiti artist mutant
Third-person
creature
spitter,
thing.
yeah.
Third person spitter, which is it's life.
that's
Life is a first
more
person
or less how you go.
spitter.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like
Depends
that
on what
word.
kind of medication you take.
It's true.
But yeah, and that was Splatoon was one of the things that made me think about a Wii U. But it's been a year or two or however long the Wii U's been out. I couldn't even tell you because I don't even know. I decided not to buy one, And at this stage in my life, I don't regret that decision.
You stand
and I
behind
think
your
that Nintendo's fucked up a little bit.
Nintendo hasn't really been a strong player as far as its home consoles.
So I watched, before we get to the rest of the awards, I watched a little bit on the NX, the Nintendo NX, and what their patents are, and I watched a video of them breaking down the patents. So this is what the NX sounds like. A console whose controller is either a touchscreen or incorporates a touchscreen. Sort of like how, imagine your phone being the controller, which I don't know if I like that or not. But the phone controller, the screen controller, also has a processor. So when you play the game on the go, you can play it on the go, come home, hook it into your system, and now you're playing it on TV but with better graphics. Like higher res and better graphics. Now,
So kind of like how
The Wii U is
GameCube
supposed to
was a little bit. You could play some of your handheld games.
Oh yeah,
the GameCube didn't do that.
the GameCube had a thing where you could hook up your Game Boy Advance to the GameCube, and then you had certain additional content there. Final Fantasy
Yeah.
Crystal Chronicles, I think,
Crystal
actually
Chronicles did that, yeah.
required
Yeah.
the
No.
GBA connection.
No.
No,
For multiplayer, it did.
For multiplayer. Yeah.
Okay.
For multiplayer it did.
Multipass.
but
Multipass.
but this,
Which was really cool though, because you had your map and you had your stats down there,
Yeah.
and like it was kind of cool. I dig that kind of shit.
So
Yeah.
you can also buy multiple NX units
Yeah.
and link them together for more processing power. You can also
So
opt
we're just
in.
daisy chaining hardware.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That
much.
sounds awful.
You can also use the cloud computing, which uses literally other people's NX consoles. They have to opt in, and if you opt in to allow your system to process other
Yeah.
people's games,
Yeah.
then you get rewards for doing that in some way, and
I
they
have
haven't
issue
specified
with that, especially considering all the things I know about computers and computer security. That just sounds like an awful idea to me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and
How much child porn do you want on your network?
well, it's all game processing specific. So it's like,
For now, someone will find
Oh,
a
yeah,
way
sure,
to
sure.
hack it.
but I don't think it's any worse than any kid having a tablet or a PC or a laptop. Like,
And it's
It's
the
probably more
non-kids
restrictive
that
than
you
that.
have to worry about.
well, no, what I'm saying is like I don't see the NX being a specific window different than any other device that a kid has access to.
Yet.
Is there something
Shark is
specific
really
that you're-
untrusting.
is there something
Yes.
specific about the
Yes,
NX
she
that
is.
allows for that kind of thing more so than like a phone or
I don't think I'm clear to talk about that.
Ooh.
okay. Well, get on Dreamcast level. Blanc 8
Thanks,
says.
Blanc.
So here's the thing. You can opt in if you want. You don't have to. You can opt out of that. You can just use the base processing power. But the problem that the video was explaining about the NX was that developers are probably not going to be really stoked about this because they have to make all of their games completely scalable from sort of handheldy graphics and resolution to next gen or current gen resolution.
That
And that
adds
type
a lot
of
of work
scale
for the dev
is
team.
yeah.
But does Nintendo even need to worry about that, because half their shit doesn't even look up to
If
code?
they don't even want to fuck with third-party developers, then
Yeah.
they can just tell them to fuck off. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they can do everything in-house. But anyway, the NX is interesting, but maybe if their cloud computing or the NX is in multiple NXs or whatever is so gorgeous that it's completely photorealistic and physics or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll sit back and remember us having this conversation and be like, man, look how fucking wrong we were. That thing's gorgeous, But I don't see it.
Yeah, I think
I don't have a lot of
the
faith in
best
that.
we're going to get from Nintendo is going to be portable systems.
Yeah, you may be right.
Which
and
has
hopefully
been the case
Pokemon
for
Go.
years.
Go.
By the way, did you hear on the rumor mill something big?
I've been in and out of the rumor mill. They kicked me out of the rumor mill.
When they saw you
All my-
dressing like that,
It was, yeah.
So
It got too
fabulous.
real.
it got way too
It
real.
got way too real for them.
Now the
I'm not
Open
sitting very
world.
ladylike.
open world Star Wars RPG is on its way.
No.
1313
No,
maybe
no, no.
getting dusted off too.
Well, yeah, that's true.
that I did hear that.
But no, look it up.
Okay.
Look it up.
It's just going to be Star Wars Galaxies 2.
I fucking hope so. I fucking.
And here's
hope
the
so.
thing, though, is like you said, it was just ahead of its time. Now that we've
It
had
was.
Force Awakens, now that we've had the Old Republic,
Yeah,
we can do Star Wars Galaxies 2 again.
absolutely.
People will be all in for
People
that.
be so for it, and
Yeah.
I don't know why. God, they
Yeah,
ever shut it down.
because they they busted the box office this whenever it came
Yeah,
out.
238 million. It's opening.
I feel
weekend.
really sad for any
Raise-
other movie that came out around that time.
Alvin and the
because it-
Chipmunks Christmas movie.
Raise your
Oh
hand
god, that
if
was
you
going to
were
get
surprised at
slaughtered.
all.
No, on this podcast,
I thought it was going to be genius slaughter.
on this
Yeah.
podcast, I actually have it set to beat Avatar, which it hasn't done yet, but I think that it will. And that was my call months ago.
It did beat Avatar.
No. I mean, in terms of like opening weekend,
Oh, you're
Jurassic. I'm talking complete, like total, the most money at a movie has ever made worldwide.
It has
Oh,
to
yeah.
beat several. It'll be like $1 billion.
You know,
Is it-
I really don't
Did Avatar make
care
$1 billion
if it
worldwide?
beats
It was something
it.
retarded. Like that.
Seriously?
I like the fact that I get out and go to the grocery store somewhere and I look over and someone's kids have fucking stormtrooper masks on and I'm like, yes, yes.
Dragonfly says, "I'm waiting for the nips up on
Steven,
Stephanie. I feel like
give
it's
us
only a
what we
matter of
want.
time." There's a
Stephanie, give us what
there
we
is a
want.
Twitch terms of service that I definitely don't want to breach.
You probably should have thought
But-
about that before you wore this particular kind of dress.
This is a very classy dress. People, come the fuck on.
Classy until you
What
decide
do you
to start.
what do
So
you
it reminds me-
what are you wearing under
I have boxer briefs on.
Oh,
underneath
okay.
There, yeah. We're going to do and I'm letting you guys know this now, and I know most, if not all of you, have already seen it.
Yeah.
But we're not going to have a podcast next week. It'll be 2 weeks from today. We're taking the holiday off.
Mhm.
but-
Forcing you people
the
to
fuck am
spend
I sup-
time with the humans that you actually appreciate. It
Well,
doesn't have to
I
be
spend
family
enough time with the humans. What am I supposed
Well,
to
that
do
you
on Monday night?
appreciate.
Play your Xbox One. Oh yeah, you get to hang out with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
We
Oh,
might have him
but-
dead after this, so he may not be joining us in the next year.
we will be having a full Star Wars thing.
Thank God.
Our first podcast back, the first podcast of 2016. We'll talk about the movie. We'll talk about Star Wars games. We'll talk about the good ones and the bad ones and the history of them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the plan there. Blanc8 says his Veronica Mars transformation is complete. I've never seen that fucking show. Is it any good?
Actually, you do kind of look.
Do I look
I-
like
I
Kristen
was-
Bell?
Kristen
No,
Bell,
just
yeah,
a
you
tiny
got a
bit,
Kristen
yeah.
Bell thing
That's
going.
good.
You got
Oh, no. That's not the first time I've heard that. Even even without the makeup, someone in the last 6 months told me that I looked like Kristen Bell, and I thought, thanks.
Thank you.
You look
That's
like the
good.
chick that
That's
gets
a good
murdered in
thing.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, she does, doesn't she? Spoiler alert.
Chuck, it's time for another award.
All right. We have here in my hand the best title of 2015. Now, you're probably thinking, did we just do the best game? No. We did do the best game. This is the best title.
Actual, just name of the
Literal
game.
name
Title.
of the game.
Yeah.
Best
Your
tittle.
nominees
Best title.
are Best Title, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I'm glad you went with words.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Again, went with words. Hashtag iDarb. I draw a red box. Now,
Yeah.
is it iDarb or is it I draw a red box?
The official pronunciation of the game is iDarb,
Okay.
but it is hashtag IDARB, which stands for I draw a red box, because the way that they made the game was they drew a red box and then they went to Twitter and they're like, what do we do with it? And everybody started doing input, and then they created the game based on Twitter.
Oh,
And
God.
It's fucking fun. It is the most fun. It is the most fun multiplayer game I have ever played.
Wow.
All right. And the
Just
final
sounds dangerous and dick butts.
one. Well,
Dangerous and dick butts.
Dangerous. And the final one on here is Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number.
Oh, I know you want
You
that.
used to call me on my cell phone.
Yeah. This is
All right.
good.
Late night winning. All right. Now I'm trying to look up the one that I was going to have a write-on or a write-in.
A write-in.
A write-in. I can't remember. There it is. Dr. Langeskov, the Tiger, and the Terribly Cursed Emerald. A whirlwind.
Is that like a puzzle game?
This is from the same guys that did the Stanley Parable.
That's a
And
solid name too.
The
That
Stanley
is.
Parable is a solid name and a solid title too. Highly recommend you go play that. Fucks with your head. But this one, really long title, A Whirlwind Heist, if you want to shorten it, is you are backstage in a video game. Literally backstage, and they are performing it live. Like they're live streaming the game for the player, and you're one of the techies. And
That's
it's
creative.
super duper fun. Now, that's my write-in. Obviously, it's not going to win. The one that did win, on the other hand, is Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin.
So the reason that I chose that game for
I
the
know
best
why.
title is because Scholar of the First Sin made me want, just the name of the game made me want to learn everything about the lore. I wanted to know who the scholar was. I want to know what the first sin was. Why was he researching it? What what, and Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, it all works together. So The Phantom Pain is a great title. The Phantom Pain is a great title for many reasons. One, when you finish the game, you feel like someone's cut off your arm, and you can tell that there's something that was supposed to be there, and you can feel it, but it's not there. And it was so that's a great name for the game, and also it incorporates a lot of Phantom Pain stuff, with the characters and everything.
Right.
But literally, the construct of the game also was like, there should be something else here.
Je ne sais quoi.
But Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, didn't necessarily click for me. But Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, I thought was just a
Also, it gave
fantastic
you
fucking title.
the opportunity when you were doing your live streaming of it. It gave you the opportunity to, play with the name, like Scholar of the First Sin.
Oh, yeah. Did I tell you guys
Bachelor
how I
of the
did that?
First Sin.
Scholar of the First Sin.
I went from Associates of the First... Or no, it was Apprentice of the First Sin to Associates, Bachelors, Masters...
Graduate of the First
Graduate
Sin.
of the First Sin. And then when I did the DLC... Scholar of the First Sin was when I finished the game.
PhD
and then,
of the First Sin.
Yeah, Doctorate of the First Sin was the one that I did. And the DLCs were Jedi of the First Sin. I can't remember the other fantastical shit that I did. But yeah, I really enjoyed that title.
This is like the way we slander Benedict Cumberbatch's name.
Cumberbund's name.
Engelbert slapped you
Engelbert
back.
Cumberbund.
Cumberbottom.
Will,
Yeah.
your award.
Let's do it.
What do we got?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can choose either
Let
one.
me
you
reach
want.
into my
You
pocket
can
here.
go either way.
Shazam.
So we have the
Excuse
biggest...
me while I whip this out.
Yeah, the biggest disappointment of 2015. So here we
It
have...
wasn't any of us because we were already existing before then.
Right, yeah,
That's
we
true.
couldn't possibly
That
disappoint.
is true, yeah.
I should have put the Angry Cuddles Twitch channel on there.
Oh.
For funsies.
So this is the
Uh.
most disappointing video games of 2015. The nominees are Star Wars Battlefront.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super disappointing. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 5's abrupt ending / incomplete finale.
Yeah, and that was sort of what I was referencing just a second ago.
Yeah.
Fringe Loop, thank you. He says, OMFG, so pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. I presume you're talking about me. Very well could be talking about Shark or Willochuck, but I'm just making that assumption.
And
good to see you
the Order 1886.
Yeah, the PS4 game.
The PS4 movie.
Movie game. Yeah.
Movie here. The cancellation of Silent Hills.
Yep.
Yeah. It's fantastic. It's fantastically horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock Band 4 and Guitar Hero Live. I'm sure Chuck's disputing that.
No.
Want to
Heck
fire
no.
back on that being a nominee?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Okay. And
Like,
anything having to do with, what was it, Amiibo?
The Amiibo.
The Amiibo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whether you couldn't find the one you wanted, whether they didn't ship it to America. Any of you guys that do Amiibo, my heart goes out to you.
They sell a lot of
And I
amiibos on
immediately
J-Box.
at the mother of two teenage boys who are huge Smash Brothers nerds. So
Right.
they are all
Did it-
fucking over.
Amiibo,
Those
yeah, they do the
Amiibos.
Amiibo. Yeah.
Jbox.com.
And the winner is the cancellation of Silent Hills.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I'll push back on you on that one.
That was not the most disappointing thing. That was not the most heartbreaking, heart-wrenching game thing that happened this year.
no.
You don't think so?
No.
What wrenched your heart?
Of your nominees, I would actually give it to I would give it to Rock Band 4 and Guitar Hero Live.
Of course.
That was more disappointing.
That was more disappointing than the cancellation of Silent Hills.
Why?
Because with the cancellation of Silent Hills is you were expecting something good and then they cut it before it came out. With the Rock Band and Guitar Hero series, you were expecting nothing and that was precisely what you got.
But if it met expectations, how is it a disappointment?
Because I am one of those people that like to be like blown, like not like blown away, like Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. Please prove me that this is going to be any
Interesting.
worse.
No, it was a nominee for sure because like they had the opportunity to bring it back and do some fun stuff with it.
Yeah. And what did they do? The same damn shit.
Chuck, I'm sorry.
What?
You paused on blown. See, I am one of those people that like to be
I like to be
blown.
blown.
Well, I am one of those people that like to be
Away.
blown.
You mean away, right?
No, just blown.
You keep not saying
Blown.
away, but I'll tell him. Yeah, she's blowing everyone away.
Yeah,
You know, as long as the favor's returned.
there you go.
Oh yeah.
You gotta return it.
By
Do you
all
know that
means.
they have? I was just informed yesterday that they have snorkels for cunnilingus,
What?
so that you can perform
Oh, underwater.
the act and breathe at the same time.
You mean like underwater?
You don't.
No. Like in between, it's like a leg snorkel.
Just
you
use
don't
your nose.
need a
Breathe.
snorkel. You just use your fucking nose
You have
and you
another-
learn how to move.
You have another.
Your nose should be buried.
How about you?
it can be, but but also if you just if you just
also-
lift slightly,
Yeah, if you occasionally
it can come up.
You occasionally come up a little bit for air to
Yeah.
murmur dirty things and tease, and then go back in.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then
Okay.
Dive right back in.
Oh, so
And-
you're it's like swimming where you like
I
turn your
swim.
head to the side and
Yes.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I
And
can
you
see
don't
that.
want to. You don't want to do it too often because you know
You don't want it to be predictable.
Right.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly right. Yeah.
Okay, so the rhythm, you want arrhythmic.
But you also don't want to be too out of a rhythm.
Right.
Because
You know
that
what?
makes it
Fuck
hard
it. It's
to
just-
peak.
Just fuck that.
I mean, I can see what they were going with this thing. It's just not necessary for people who know what the fuck they're doing.
So Chuck,
Yeah.
so you like to be blown
Yeah.
away, and you didn't feel that with Guitar Hero. Did you feel like you were gonna get the game that you wanted out of that?
Or did it just ask you to blow a wad of cash at it?
They just,
And that's the other thing, though, is it's expensive as shit. I mean,
It
you can
is.
just buy the core game, I guess, but you're probably going to have to replace a couple instruments
yeah.
just to see if you even fucking like it.
Yeah, and then, I guess this is where I turn into an old fart, but the playlists for both games just did not really catch my attention very much.
Yeah.
And even when I experienced Guitar Hero Live, like I was playing a fucking song by Rihanna. I'm like, wait, what is Rihanna doing in Guitar Hero?
You pronounce Rihanna?
Yeah.
Whatever. Does it sound like I give a shit?
I like cats.
She likes cats.
Like the Casio Cat keyboard?
No, I think she means the Broadway musical.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who wrote Cats? Was that Stoppard?
Hmm?
Was that Goddard? Who wrote Cats?
It
Who's the
was-
playwright?
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yes.
Was it Gilbert Gottfried?
Yeah.
wrote a Broadway musical. It's called Cats. I play the lead character. I got an idea. We just get a bunch of people in cat outfits. He's a tabby. I really like furries. Is that okay with you? Holy shit, have you guys heard Gilbert Gottfried read 50 Shades of Grey?
There's no room for
What?
3 Gilbert Godfreys
Right.
in one room.
There's no room for
That's
3
not gonna
Gilbert
work.
Godfreyds on our levels over
Yeah.
here.
Oh,
We
Jesus.
definitely blew that.
Yes.
Okay, Shark, you have an award.
You have.
Yes.
Let's
Shark
read
has an
it.
award.
What is your award?
Oh my god. Mine is Best Remasters of 2015.
Ooh.
We have Dark Souls 2, Scholar
Derp
of the
Souls.
First Sin,
Yes.
Derp Souls.
Resident Evil HD,
Uh-huh.
Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition,
Right.
Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, and Final Fantasy X and 10-2 Remastered.
I'll bet you that's
I
the one you
don't
went for.
Know why that last
Andrew
one's
Lloyd Webber,
on
Dragonfly
there.
said, thank you. I knew it was someone that I'd heard a lot.
I'm not entirely
Did
sure
Webber
why
do that?
Dress Me Up Yuna is on there.
Just me a few nights.
They came in a dual pack, that's why. You couldn't get 10 without
Not
10-2.
all twins are attractive.
First of all, I will defend 10-2. I really like that game. But proceed.
Proceed.
So our winner is Dark Souls 2,
course.
Scholar of the First.
Of course.
In
You-
bold, Sin.
Do you want to know why?
Why, Steven?
Yes.
I do want to know.
Because when you remake or remaster a game, it's really easy to up-res it and put it out and that's it. Scholar of the First Sin was the frame rate and the up-res.
Yeah.
They also master quested it. So everything was remixed, which gives you a reason to buy it again or play it again if you already played the original. So remasters are typically made for people who hadn't played the first one, or they want to play an ever so slightly prettier of the version of the game they remember.
So it's just Squeenix trying to vampire your wallet again.
And yeah,
As
so
usual.
10 and 10-2 had some musical problems. Even the Resident Evil up-res was pretty, but Capcom doesn't bother to fucking up-res their cutscenes. They just up-res the game. So when it goes to cutscene, it looks like char-broiled ass.
Which broke my heart with when they re-released the Resident Evil series on the GameCube. You remember how happy I was to see Resident Evil 2 on GameCube?
Oh, yeah. And then the cutscenes just look like utter dog shit.
Oh, jeez.
Like crusty turds.
I thought this was a GameCube game. It still looks like it belongs in the N64.
Right. So Skull of the First Sin remixed everything, and they added enemies. They included all the DLC and gave it an extended ending as well with like new bosses and shit. So Mike, who had played Dark Souls 2, would come in and watch me and be like, "Where the fuck are you? What the fuck are those things?" And I thought that
It's a kitty.
especially with someone who's played the game before, I actually probably had a bit of an edge not having any expectations. If you go in with an estimation of where things are, it's just going to fuck you. And so I thought that level of care definitely warranted the remaster award. But, remasters now are so...
I mean, we already have the
So
biggest
many of
remaster
them.
to look forward to.
And it's not just so
Which
many.
one are you referring to?
You know exactly which one I'm referring to.
Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy.
Oh, Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
That's a remake.
That is a
That's a
remake.
complete
It is
remake.
a full remake.
Yeah.
I'll
And
agree.
that is...
And it looks real cool.
Man, yeah.
Oh my
It is pretty.
god.
It looks real cool.
All right, Chuck, you're up.
All right.
Nexties.
Next, I have to give my best announcer voice. They're the best announcement of 2015.
Yeah,
Brought
these
to you
are
by
news-
Kermit the Frog.
news
Brought to
announcement
you
came
by Kermit the Frog.
up. Kermit the Frog here.
The best announcement of 2015 nominees are the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Shenmue 3,
Yeah.
Telltale doing a Batman game.
What?
I will push the fuck on you on that one.
Yeah.
Fuck Batman.
I was expecting to get some pushback from
Fuck
you on that one.
Batman. Xbox One backwards compatibility. Why? I thought that was an announcement from last year.
Nope, they announced it at E3 this summer.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Kojima leaving Konami. Yeah, getting out of the basement that Konami kept him in.
Right.
And making his own studio. Well, making his own studio actually his own.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And last, I can't read
That
your...
says VR and HoloLens.
I can't... Okay, for starters, there is no E at the end of HoloLens.
okay,
And,
sorry.
and secondly, you have the handwriting of a second grader.
That is not true. It is fifth
I
grade.
Your
will-
brother's handwriting is worse.
It is fifth
so-
grade at worst.
I will agree with Chuck here on that handwriting.
On the handwriting?
Yeah.
It's
Here's
pretty
the thing.
bad. yeah.
My printer
I've
fucked up,
seen
so I had to
worse.
handwrite all these. Thank you, Shark.
I've worked in public education.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the winner is...
And the winner is...
Xbox backward
The
compatibility.
Xbox One backwards compatibility.
Okay.
Yep.
Here's the reason. The reason is because...
Why
oh, yeah.
do we need a reason? Because it's freaking
Well,
awesome.
It's
It speaks
it
for
shouldn't
itself.
have happened.
it's fucking inclusive is what it
Quod
is.
era demonstratum.
I'm going to
Yeah.
fight you on this.
Okay.
Battle.
Oh, shit. I'm
Battle
in the middle-
Royale.
I'm going to sit over here now.
Okay.
Here's the battle. I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'm going to fight you on this, and I think that the true winner is the HoloLens.
Yeah.
I think that it's the VR.
Okay.
I think that is by far the fucking craziest thing to happen to gaming.
Like it's a game changer.
It is a game. It is quite
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
a game
yeah.
changer. Let's be honest here.
Okay.
When I watched them put it on and then go into their living room and their whole living room become their computer and their emails literally sitting on their table,
Yeah.
and then a fucking TV screen opened up on their wall and started playing a movie,
Yeah.
and then an alien came out of the wall and then the virtual gun came into his hand and he started shooting the alien.
Right.
These are things that are goddamn Minority Report crazy.
What I want to see is I want to see a guy
True.
open up his television on the wall, watch television, and then see the alien come through the wall, and then the gun materializes in his hand, and he's still watching TV. He just goes, Bam, bam. Okay, got. Oh, he's still there. Bam. I want to be able to do that. Like,
guy
shut
drinking-
up! I'm watching TV. Bam.
Yeah.
Drinking a beer in the other hand.
Fuck yes.
And I think we're on our way to that. But I mean, I just watched also a video of a lightsaber training simulator through VR.
That's how you sell VR all the time.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that
How
sounds
will it work with a lightsaber?
For sure.
And there was a bot with a lightsaber and fighting him, and he was fucking fighting this thing.
Yeah.
It was insane.
I actually, you make fantastic points.
Those are
I can't
fantastic
argue with
points.
anything. I don't disagree on any specific point. The reason that I chose Xbox One backwards compatibility as the best announcement this year is partly because we've seen it in action and it's there and it works.
We
Yeah.
actually
I
have a
think-
live stream of it. In fact,
Yeah, we have live streamed Mass Effect and stuff. The other thing is that I think that it will lead to. Excuse me. That's a first. Mid-sentence sneeze
Your
on a
wig
podcast.
almost fly off.
It did. I almost just trumped my hair everywhere. I think it will lead to more individual, or like I said, original IPs, because rather than spending time remastering old shit, if it's backwards compatible, there's a little bit less of a reason to have to go back and do that.
Look, I'll give that to you.
Well, yeah,
'cause
unless they're updating graphics.
Yeah, I'll say that it does work. We know it works. We know that it can happen. It's real, and obviously VR is still miles away from being what we want it to be. But so as far as biggest announcement of 2015, I'll give it to you. But if it was the category of most fascinating announcement, then I'd say
Thing
VR.
we want the most?
Oh,
Yes.
it was close.
Yeah.
That was a close one for sure. I might even concede it to you that VR is a better announcement. It would be the best because it changes so much.
Well, the basic premise of playing any video game is to leave your own personal world, to leave your own comfort, and actually get into another world and be a part of it.
I remember
yeah.
we covered on an old podcast, and I don't remember the name of the technology, but I think it was something Microsoft. And what it was you had your screen that you played games on like normal. Like imagine the screen that we're looking at now. You're playing the game. But what the projector would do is it would project. So imagine you're playing Skyrim, okay? The projector would project the forest on the wall around it and move it as you moved. When snow would fall, it would fall and accumulate on your furniture and stuff. And then when a dragon flew by, the snow would be kicked off of your desk, for example.
Sounds amazing.
Or whatever. And it was all it was all just ambient gaming stuff. But I don't even remember what that tech was, but it was fucking amazing.
alternate reality
just
stuff
got
is always
wiped.
fascinated me.
I have no idea what they did with it, or if it's just still in development or what. But I haven't heard anything about it in a
Sounds
long time.
amazing.
But yeah, that'd be the shit. Next is Will with our next award,
Shing.
and then I will finish this off.
Nah.
This is the best
Finish this
exclusive of 2015,
Yes.
and the nominees are Bloodborne, PS4.
Right.
I just want as soon as I say Bloodborne PS4, like a trailer of Bloodborne to pop up some gameplay.
I toyed with because I wanted to do a best cover art, and I was going to show the cover art of 2015. But when I was looking at cover art, they all fucking blow. They're all bad. None of them are creative, and
Yeah, they're all
and
the
that's
same.
something that needs to change. 2016, and at the end, I'm going to get some gaming resolutions from you guys.
Yep.
And I think that should be one for the gaming industry is to get some artier fucking covers.
Can we include that on not just the cover, but on the inside for comic books too? Because I've seen a lot of comic books lacking.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Get a little bit more creative. Like even well, no, movie posters are okay. They could be better, but they could be worse. But there's some arty movie posters out there. Anyway,
Yep.
please continue.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 5, Guardians, Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Xenoblade Chronicles X, Wii U.
Shout out to the Wii U for having anything to do with any of our
know.
gaming things out here.
Until Dawn, PS4. And the winner of the best exclusive of 2015 is Bloodborne, PS4.
I don't
So-
know the Bloodborne theme. I can't hum it.
There were
Newt,
this holiday season. there were no exclusives on the PS4. The Xbox One had Halo 5 and Rise of the Tomb Raider, and the PS4 had the Nathan Drake collection, which is just a remaster and collection of shit that's already been out until Dawn of Bloodborne came out earlier this year. So, but as far as exclusives go, Bloodborne is, and I've mentioned this before, if you take what not Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was, but if you take what the Legend of Zelda on the NES was, actually, Corporate Cal says, what was the first runner-up of the actual winner, Will? For exclusives, Corporate Cal? Is that what you're talking about?
He's making a Miss Universe reference.
Oh, he's making a Steve Harvey joke.
Yeah. I love Steve Harvey.
As shitty as Steven's handwriting is, we can actually tell who won. You know why?
Yeah.
Because there's only one name in the inside of this envelope.
Right, yeah.
That's true.
So the reason Bloodborne wins is that it made full use of its system's capabilities. It was absolutely gorgeous. It is, and I've said this before, it is Legend of Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda for grown-ups. Chuck doesn't, the thematic theme gits him where Bloodborne and the Souls games are really dark and depressing and stuff. And Legend of Zelda is a little bit brighter and more colorful.
I would recommend then, Chuck, if you don't like things like that you don't go see Krampus.
I don't want to see Krampus because I believe the only reason Krampus exists is because there are so many people that absolutely fucking hate Christmas and prefer Halloween instead that they decided to cash in on it. That's the only reason it exists. I know it's actual folklore, but that's the only reason anybody would make a movie out of it. We need a scary movie for the Christmas people that absolutely hate Christmas. So here's your scary movie. It's Krampus.
No, Chuck.
You get both at the same time.
No, Chucky. You know why?
There's absolutely no blood in it.
I don't know if you know the popular Christmas carol that says, "When we'll tell spooky ghost stories and something from Christmases long, long ago." They used to tell ghost stories, which is fucking weird.
Okay,
the
Christmas carol.
Tree in and of itself was originally intended to be a distractor from the home. So that the evil spirits and whatnot and what was considered Odin back then would not come to the house.
So, see, Chuck, one can say that Christmas has always been kind of Halloween.
Yeah.
Because
I would say that the two
it was stolen from
are
pagans.
so
Because
very,
that's how pagan
exactly.
holidays work.
That's how pagan holidays work.
I get it.
Hey, Game Guy, good to see you again.
You know what? I'm going to say this.
Game Guy just opened up.
I'm going to have
Ew.
my
Yeah.
Halloween and your Christmas because you had your Christmas and my Halloween.
Two great tastes that don't quite taste great together.
But yeah.
Now, what do you guys both think of Nightmare Before Christmas?
No.
Well, I can almost
Overplayed
guarantee
Tim
that you
Burton
enjoyed
Hot
that.
Topic commercial. Like the only movie that's
Hot
worse
Topic-
about it is Corpse Bride.
Hot Topic certainly co-opted the
Fucking usurped it, yo.
Game Guy, you are
very
45 minutes late. We got about 15 minutes left, homie. But that's okay.
Yeah,
you can watch
check
it
out
on
this
YouTube.
awesome-
We are just happy
awesome
to
paint
have
job
you.
over
We just announced the best exclusive for 2015 was Bloodborne, and I was defending it, and then we started talking about Night Before Christmas, which is fine. Do you watch Nightmare on Halloween or Christmas or both?
Yes.
Okay.
And in between?
Yes.
And in between?
That's what the yes
Okay, so
is.
you're
I watch it whenever I want.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
you're not a fan?
And we watch it at Christmas whenever I go and see my niece and my nephew.
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Chuck hates it.
I, with the exception of Fallout Boy's version of the What Is This song, which is awesome. I'm in a dress, Fringely, because we got to 100 followers, and we announced
100
when we
followers.
launched the Twitch stream that when we got to 100 followers, both Shark and I would wear dresses, and then we got these guys to dress nice too.
It's because Fringe Loop, he's being who he wants
And this,
to be.
you know,
And we accept
is
him
me.
We
for what
accept
he
him.
is,
Me,
Yeah.
man.
and we stand by his decision.
Why don't you try to be a little more PC, French?
Yeah, just open your legs. French Loop, I hope you're a guy, because I didn't really mean to be.
Holy shit!
Fringe
Keep
Loop, I
painting yourself
because-
into that corner,
I know,
yo.
man. You
Yeah, I was
really
gonna
just dug yourself there.
right all into it.
I hope you're a guy.
I'm actually with Chuck on the Nightmare thing. I'm not really a fan of it, and not because I think it's bad. I think it's a well done film that I think other people have made very, very commercial since then.
Yes.
But at the time I just didn't. Nothing really I connected. I just didn't connect with anything into it.
As someone who was raised in a very conservative house,
Thanks, Kinka.
where things like that were considered bad and evil,
Yeah.
I loved it because I wasn't allowed to.
Oh yeah.
That's why I like The Craft. That didn't make that a good movie.
No, but I still have it on my DVD rack. It's a bad, shitty movie.
I still
that
have it
I enjoy
recorded off
watching
of
it.
Cinemax.
Craft is good. I like it.
I hope that. I might like Nightmare Before Christmas because I think the music is catchy.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
it
the
is.
music, you brought up the
It's
Fall Out
catchy
Boy
music.
version.
Yeah.
I like the Marilyn Manson version of This Is Halloween.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
is
that's a good one too.
Halloween.
And
Yeah, for sure.
The Evanescence version
Apple's
of
Sally's song.
no, it's Evanescence, not Fiona Apple. It's Amy Lee.
Is it really?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, it is.
I know it because I've heard it so much. It's fucking beautiful.
It is.
Let me ask you this: how do you feel about Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
It's the same show every year, but you can't really dig on
Like, when
a headbanging violinist with flames.
Well, like when that Christmas song comes on every year. Do you
Actually, did you guys
Pump
check?
it up, or-
If you guys had actually checked my comic, you would see that I had recently linked to my favorite Christmas,
the goats?
the goats
Yeah.
singing Christmas carols.
Yeah, no, I saw it. That's good too. And our final award, actually, for tonight is right here. This is our final award for the night for 2015. This is the Fuck You Award. This is the award that we're going to give out every year to the company or the developer or the person who in gaming deserves just a big old-fashioned fuck you.
Besides the guy who
Middle
hiked the
fingers
price
at the
on
ready, ladies and
AIDS
gentlemen.
medicine.
I'm gonna go ahead and
This
say
is,
that
Martin Shkreli.
Konami's on there. I'm sure.
Yes.
Hey, there you go. Do you
Konami
guys want
is a
to?
perennial
Anybody else
favorite
want to
of the
guess?
Fuck You Award.
Anybody else want to guess what's
Nah, man, just do the thing.
Do the
Rip
thing?
it off
Okay.
like a Band-Aid.
And the nominees? The fucking nominees are Warner Brothers for
Fuck
their
them.
overwhelmingly shitty DLC for Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh yeah.
It's $1 million fucking dollars, and each one was 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Fuck you, Major.
Fuck you, Warner Brothers. No
Fuck
corporate Cal. You don't get any fuck yous.
You're
You
not a programmer.
get
Well,
get
a big fuck you to Cal.
We can give a medium fuck you to Cal, but you once your Twitch stream gets bigger, we'll give you a bigger fuck you.
Yeah.
So just a mediocre fuck you.
Yeah, just a little mediocre fuck you. Bungie for making Destiny good after a year and after $120. Destiny is finally a good game with Taken King, but I played fucking a year-long beta to make for it to finally be good, and it was $60 for the game, $20 for the season pass, and then another $40 for the Taken King. All of that together now is a really cohesive and super fun game.
Why do you think I waited
Fuck
for
you,
Warframe?
Bungie.
See, this is why I went back and voted on Witcher 3 because they actually had reasonable
Reasonable
DLC
Exactly.
and
See,
good content with it.
Warframe went the same way, except you didn't pay it for anything you didn't want to pay for. The whole game is free.
Right, yeah, and then you can opt into shortcuts and cosmetic stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to play Diablo 3 with me?
No.
Thanks, Chuck.
I think I was playing that with Ulfric last night.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
We were doing co-op, and I'm
'Cause
like,
you
I
can
have
do
no idea
couch
what I'm
co-op with
doing.
that.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the buttons.
This was my when I played Diablo 2, I played online with 3 friends of mine, and they had all played the game before, and I had never played before. I was a necromancer, so I was a little bit like less powerful than the barbarian, the assassin, and the wizard or whatever that I was playing with. So this is my Diablo 2 experience. 4 of us walk into a room. I look around a bit. Everyone's dead, and all our objectives are completed. And they're like, let's go. And I was like, guys, I don't even know what the fuck we did in this room. Can we
That's what-
slow the fuck down, please?
I couldn't tell you how many times this happened to me with ESO.
Free
one of the
spell. Or long distance.
Well, Chuck,
Right.
Free
now that you have
spell
your
is
mic,
free again.
we can adventure together.
No, the problem I have is this. One of the main issues that I had with an MMO of the Elder Scrolls world is a big draw for me in the world is the isolation. Like, it's just you out there in the middle of nothing, in the
Cow
middle
hell.
of nowhere.
That's what I love about Bloodborne and Dark Souls.
But then you throw in the MMO element to it, and
Which-
you get a bunch of people running around, and you don't have as many people running around. Still don't know how they pull that off, but if you walk in someplace, you don't know whether or not somebody has already cleared it out, or my personal favorite, you don't know if somebody is already in the process of clearing it out.
That's a good
so when you
point.
walk in, all of a sudden your shit's done. Like, what I didn't do anything.
So the Sam and I had that happen a couple times, and it happens in party, where
It
if
does.
someone in your party does a thing that you didn't see them do, or
That
make an
makes
objective,
sense.
then the objective is just completed. And I'm like, oh hey, did you grab the book? And he's like, oh yeah, I grabbed the book.
Yeah,
And that's
usually in
fine.
Final Fantasy
which I-
11 or in WoW, we
Yeah.
would just boot them from the party so they don't get loot.
But see,
But-
I do like that because it can speed up questing faster when, if it's like, oh, we need, 5 pieces of,
And if we each find
whatever.
one, we're 3/5 of the way there.
then we're good.
Yeah,
And that's
I'm good
fun
with
and
that.
all.
That's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
But a specific thing happened where we went into a tomb and we went down to grab like a book or a gem or a skull or whatever the fuck we did, and we grabbed it. And there were some other people in there that were also like grabbing stuff and doing whatever. And we came out and we went to turn it in, and he said, "Oh, you saw the ghost of my dead grandfather." I went, "Oh no, we didn't fucking see that. Someone must have just killed it, and so it didn't spawn. Whatever it was."
Right.
So yeah. I
There
see
were-
what you're saying.
Yeah.
And the worst part is there is important information that you need to literally hear, because you won't get it in a dialogue option, and you won't even get it in the subtitles if you're not in the room, you're fucked. And yet all of a sudden the mission is completed and you have to go someplace else, and I hope to God that you know where you're going. Thank God
know.
for waypoints, man.
I don't know,
I don't know that.
because I've played for a long time and none of that's ever happened to me. Are you sure you're playing it right?
Probably
You're gonna black
not.
out during some of your questing. Game Guy says,
yeah, it's never happened to me.
Game Guy says, I don't like the fact that Destiny is considered an MMO. Destiny is considered an MMO. It's a 4 to 6
Density.
player co-op game or a 6v6. Yes. Here's the thing that I like about Destiny, though, is that once they got all their shit together, is that I'm in a fire team with like one friend or two friends, and we're doing our shit. And then as we're out killing shit and exploring and looking for stuff, we see other fire teams. We see other hunters doing their shit. And every now and again, there's like a world event or whatever where something crashes into the ground. We're like, they're all fucking swarming. And everybody sort of converges. And now it's like this big battle of, we're not all in a party. We're just shooting with other strangers trying to take down this mammoth fucking thing.
That happens in ESO too.
And I dig that stuff.
You know what I've realized is Destiny is kind of like Phantasy Star Online 2.0. It's basically you can go out into this world that's inhabited by these kind of mech monsters and things like that, and then aliens, and then essentially the MMO kind of feel that Phantasy Star Online gives you comes from the lobby. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what Destiny does for you as well. Is you go into this lobby
when you're in the tower in the lobby, yeah.
and where everyone's running around, and then you kind of have that MMO feel. But then you're like, okay, let's go out into the field, and you won't have that MMO
Yeah,
feeling
that's
anymore.
true.
And that's kind of how Fantasy Star
Crazy
Online
Cat
is.
Lady says, quote, "Are you sure you're playing it right?" And quote, is my favorite moment so far. So Will gets the 2015 award of best moment.
Best moment.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the Fuck You Award for 2015 that we're on. The nominees were Warner Brothers with the Batman Arkham Knight DLC.
Yeah.
Bungie for Destiny. Fuck Bungie. The other nominees are Konami for their treatment of Hideo Kojima and setting their fucking franchises on fire.
It's true, man.
They're like,
Following in Capcom's deep footsteps.
so this is what Capcom did. They're like, okay, so we don't know how to make good games anymore. We understand you guys really hated Resident Evil 6. So we're going to go back and we're just going to remake them all from the beginning. We'll figure it out, right? And I'm like, that's fine. You're taking a step back. You're going to re-release your old games. That's cool. Get into the spirit.
I mentioned Capcom, and the only words out of your mouth are Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah. Well, so they gave away DMC, and Ninja Theory did a way better Devil May Cry than Capcom
that's
ever
Devil May
did.
Cry. That's two.
Onimusha hasn't been around for a while.
Nobody really cares about Onimusha anymore.
Let's see. What else we got from Capcom?
Oh, Okami is just beautiful. But that's Clover Studios. Another massive mistake Capcom pulled, because Clover got them two awesome games, Okami and Beautiful Joe. And they just went, oh, well, I guess we're done with this lovely relationship. Bye.
Yeah, and then Pseudo went off to...
Beautiful Joe was so good, too.
Beautiful Joe was
loved Beautiful
amazing.
Joe. It was beautiful.
Hachina Goku, baby.
Yeah.
But and so Capcom has fucked up for sure.
Yeah.
But Konami, at least they're like still making video games though. Konami's like, man,
add microtransactions on there from like any game?
Oh yeah, pretty much. If you get a nod for sure if you microtransaction the shit out of your game. And that's the other thing that Bungie pissed me off about is they were like explicitly said that we're not going to offer level shortcuts, like paid level shortcuts, and now they're testing it in certain territories. And it's like, you guys don't even know what the fuck you're doing, do you? You don't have a fucking clue.
I have felt that way about Konami and Capcom for years now.
Well, Konami just was like, Konami's just like bipolar or something. Because they're like, well, Metal Gear Solid makes a shitload of money. Let's fire this guy and burn it on and set it on fucking fire.
Yeah.
And then they like, as soon as Kojima's like got his other studio, Konami like made a point to be like, we're hiring. They literally were like, the same day we're hiring for the next Metal Gear. And I'm not even upset that Kojima's not going to be working on the next Metal Gear. I think Metal Gear could do with a fresh set of eyes. That's fine. They're just fucking dicks about it. Game Guy says, still not sure what's going on if I'm going to buy Street Fighter 5.
I'm not.
As they're going to re-release it in 3 months with $10 for the DLC, and it'll be Street Fighter 5 Ultra Donkey Punch.
Yeah, there's a lot of DLC stuff, and some of it is kind of nifty, and some stuff looks really fucking
And some of it
stupid.
is stupid because everybody's going to buy the DLC characters.
That was what happened with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, is I bought the game, and then they released Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I was like, I just bought that fucking game.
Yeah.
And I want the shit that's in Ultimate now. Anyway, the fourth nominee for the Fuck You Award for 2015 goes to Team Eco for not giving a real fucking release date when they re-announced The Last Guardian. What a bullshit E3 announcement. I'm glad that it's still being made, but literally they're like, the announcement was, we're still making it.
You realize
here's 7 minutes of gameplay that we should have shown you 5 years ago.
You realize Shenmue 3 is going to do that too, right?
Shenmue 3 is being kickstarted. So they have on the
I'm not
goodwill
sure
meter.
how I feel about things like that, kickstarting games.
Oh, a Mystery Science Theater being kickstarted. That's a
okay,
God
that I'm
bless
okay
you.
with because that was always a
God bless you,
weird,
fucking
independent,
kid.
bizarre
Fucking
thing anyway.
Oswald.
Do you know what I've been coming across a lot on Reddit is these crowdfunded games that are about deep space exploration. It's like No Man's Sky. Space.
Yeah.
Gotta go to space.
But
FTL,
way
highly
prettier
recommended.
looking. Because No Man's Sky is so cartoony and so Pikmin looking.
Game Guy says Capcom is literally like Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these games, these like deep space exploration that you
No,
can go
I,
out.
I think Satan would at least be more reasonable. Satan has to be
Like
invited
has a
in.
point. Yeah.
That's true.
Satan
he
has
has
to
a
be
point to his
invited
cruelty.
in.
But yeah, these games that honestly look way better than No Man's Sky, and they seem to be doing what No Man's Sky wants to be doing, but
way better, much
way
faster.
better, more realistic, and way faster.
No Man's Sky. If No Man's Sky doesn't come out like in 2016, or
Yeah.
if we don't get like a solid release date at the next E3, I have a strong feeling they're going to end up a nominee on the Fuck You Award for 2016. But the thing about Kickstarter, as we all know, is that sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the system, is that sometimes the game just, or the product or whatever, they just, quote, I mean, for lack of a better word, run away with your money. Or maybe they spend it trying to make it, and then it's gone, and then like, fuck, we fucked it. And it's fucked, sorry.
Right.
And some games end up being different than what they talked about to begin with.
Right.
So, that's Kickstarter, but yeah, No Man's Sky. I want No Man's Sky to come out. I hope that it does. And the winner for the Fuck You Award
Konami.
is Konami,
Yep.
those money-grubbing pig
Called
sluts.
it. I would have given it to Konami too, like by a landslide with
and-
your nominees.
And the reason that they get the Fuck You Award, and everybody, all those
There has
nominees
to be a
fucked up.
reason.
They have gold sitting at the palm of their fucking hands, and what do? They take all that gold and they just go right through their
We don't want to
fingertips.
do Silent Hills.
We don't
want
wanna
to
do
do
Metal
Metal
Gear
Gear
Solid.
anymore. Except we're going to do it now, like as a fuck you to Kojima, and that's really what it felt like. I want someone else to make that game, but Konami being so ex significant other about it. They're like,
No, they're
by
like
the way,
they're the Psycho X.
yeah, they're like, I bet Kojima's tires are getting slashed right now by Konami. I bet they're.
But you know what? You're still gonna buy the game.
I will buy the game.
I will
Just to
buy
say
the
how
game.
shitty it is.
Fuck it.
But their specific business model of like, we don't want to make video games anymore. We want to make slot machines. That's where the money's at.
All
That's
right.
where the money is.
Let me throw this out there.
He says it like he's drunk.
Yeah.
That's how I picture. Actually, I don't picture Konami as drunk. I picture Nintendo as completely drunk behind the wheel. Let's make it buy like 4 systems, and they fucking have to connect them to each other.
And
He's like-
tacos.
he's like,
Nintendo, you
won't
need
they
to give me
catch
your
on
the
to
keys.
how-
taco accessory.
Won't they,
Nintendo needs to call Uber.
won't they catch on to how like silly that sounds?
No,
To
man.
connect
No, because
they
it's
have to buy 4.
it's
Think of all the money. Think of all the money.
I know but what I'm saying is
buddy.
like that's how I feel their meetings go.
It's Nintendo's like completely drunk and just making, I guess, like toys. Like they're walking through the toy tile at Argent, and we're like, let's make a game out of that.
Yeah.
And
They pick it up and they go, whoa, what the fuck are you?
Well, somebody
selling-
did do a Monster High video game.
and Capcom's just going through a depression where it's like, look, we don't know what the fuck you want. We don't know how to fucking do this anymore.
All right.
So
They're
here's
going
the old
through the
shit.
angry
Speaking
emo
of
kid
Yeah.
phase,
Give me you
wearing all black.
go with me on this.
Yeah.
Grasshopper Studios,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Suda 51, right?
He hasn't made a game in a while, has he?
It's been a
little while.
Killer is Dead,
That may have been the last one.
I think. Killer is Dead,
Huh.
kind of scary.
I'll look that up.
It didn't really do all that well, but think of this.
Yeah.
Owned by Capcom, made Killer 7, right?
Oh, that's a fucking game, guys.
That is a fucking game. That is a good game. Capcom drops him. And what does he make after that?
Chindo Wars.
He makes Shadows of the Damned with Shinji Mikami and Akira Yamaoka.
yeah.
You know, people from Resident Evil and Silent Hill. And then Steve Bloom doing an awesome Antonio Banderas impression
Right.
with a gun that makes a bunch of penis jokes. And Lollipop Chainsaw.
Right, with the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Holy shit.
Oh wow.
Lollipop Chainsaw is amazing. Right up your alley, too.
Yeah,
Totally
you-
right up
you
your
dig
alley.
that.
So those are the awards for 2015.
Those are the awards.
These are the Angry Cuddles Awards for 2015.
Hey,
Now,
and Merry Christmas to you, game guy.
Merry Christmas to every last fucking
and everyone
one of you people
watching,
watching this.
Whether you're watching us on
Yes.
Twitch or watching us on YouTube or listening to our podcast, we appreciate you. And we are about to wind down also because we've been going for a little while, but we do appreciate you. And please, if you haven't yet, follow us on Twitch and go to our social media stuff.
Thank every last
Will, you were
one
about
of
to
you.
say something. I bet it was going to be slam bang also.
What's it gonna be slam bang?
What were you going to say?
When?
I love you, man. I love you. You're
I
going
was
to
just
say
still in
something.
my-
I didn't
still in
mean
my
to talk
track.
over you.
Now you
I
have to
didn't talk
touch
over you.
You
more
don't,
on the inner thigh when you're.
you
What?
you're not even talking over me. What you get to talk
I do?
over me because you are you're the Nintendo man.
We're broing out so hardcore right now. It's
Let's
so
make
cool.
a game about it. A little
We gotta
better.
make
No,
it.
like
Hey,
Chuck's like
I
the
have-
3DS. Like, let's make a game together, man. Let's do
Yeah.
let's do a Smash Bros. Together. I'm not even kidding.
I have RPG Maker VX Ace.
Do you really?
Yes,
Let's make a game.
that's one of me. That's one of my New Year's resolutions this year.
Here,
is I actually want to sit
I have a
down
story.
with it.
I have a story for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
And make
for
it.
RPG Maker. In general, RPGs. Oh, Game Guy. By the way, we do love you and appreciate you, and I hope that 2016 is an improvement to you and for you.
Yeah,
We definitely appreciate you
2015,
coming
with the
in.
exception of having some awesome games, has not been an awesome year.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. It's treated me fairly well,
Yeah.
hasn't it, baby?
This has been a great year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Mine's been right in between all three of you.
Yeah.
Haven't been bad. It's had some ups.
Yeah.
A little confusing. So here's my pitch for you guys. Typically in RPGs, you start out as one character. You amass your party as you go. Okay. You're going to start essentially with a party, and you're going to lose them along the way. But all those powers will be transferred to the quote unquote main character.
Right.
So,
Now,
like
here's-
in the one,
I want the option of
Is it
choosing which one
Which
you
one to
follow.
keep? Okay, you can do that. Here's the basic story. is that the characters don't realize that they are all fragments of the same personality that's been split. And when each one of their party dies, they are being reintegrated into the main personality.
Vacancy.
It's a little Killer 7. It's a
and
little
then they wake up
identity.
from coma when they all
It's a
come
little
back
vacancy.
together.
Yeah. I like that.
But you become more powerful by piecing together your
So
broken psyche.
Vacancy, Killer 7, and the 1.
Sure, yeah.
And
But there's your premise.
Little bit of fragment of Kingdom Hearts.
Tiny bit, yeah.
Tiny,
Yeah.
tiny.
A little bit.
Yeah, I like that. Chuck, let's make
There
a
you go.
game.
Go nuts.
You and me.
Yeah.
You got
Well,
Steam, yeah?
Crazy Cat Lady, if you're winding
Can
down,
we
I just have
also
to make
do
sure I tell
the,
Steven just how beautiful you are. I told
vampire
Sam that I literally can't
werewolf
keep my eyes
cups?
off of you. No,
Yeah.
let me give a shout out real quick to Sydney and David, who are friends of ours that came and did my makeup.
I still have yet to
and,
send it to you.
You need to
the
send it to
wig-
me. I'm so upset.
The wig is from the Brie collection, Will's girlfriend.
Wigs by Brie.
Wigs by Brie. But a game guy says he can help you guys make a game. There you go.
And
We
I
would
had no
love
choice
to
but to
have
get
you
on Steam to
as-
make it.
Crazy Cat Lady, I really appreciate
We would
that.
love to have Game Guy as maybe a beta tester.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
please.
for sure. But yeah, David and Sydney did my makeup. And here's the thing: I one of my friends was like, "Hey, we're going to be out at bar. Do you want to come get your Christmas gift?" And I was like, "Well, I'm all made up and in a dress, and I don't mind going out in public all made up in a dress." But I mind a little bit going to like a bar I don't know, especially like in sort of the western part of town,
Yeah.
where people may beat the shit out of me with sticks for wearing makeup. So that's my hesitancy there, living in this part of the world. But no, yeah, I kind of don't want to take it off because I think it look fucking fantastic. But you know, all dreams must die.
Yeah.
So
Well, it is.
here's what's coming up on Friday, which is Christmas Day at night. Instead of the Couch Co-op, Mike and I are bringing back Twitch Riff. It'll be technically episode 9 or a reboot if you want. We're going to be watching and riffing on the movie that came with the PC game The 11th Hour in 1995. It's really shitty, and so we're going to riff on that and watch that. We're going to have a chat moderator. I don't know who wants to do it, but if somebody wants to come in and chat with people, because we will not be chatting, we will be riffing. But we do want someone to operate and run the chat. So if anybody wants to come in and hang out with people Christmas night, you're welcome to.
Send me a message and let me know.
Okay.
I think the most plans I have is that I'm gonna see my sister, my brother for like a
Cool.
Christmas lunch or something.
This will
Wait,
be
is that-
11 p.m.
Is it
Christmas
Christmas
night.
Day or
Christmas Day
Eve?
night.
Oh.
Christmas Day night at
Oh.
11 p.m.
By the way, Christmas
no, I ain't got
Eve.
shit going on.
Okay.
Christmas Eve, I'll be running karaoke
Caves?
at Caves.
Nice.
Oh, man, we can't do it.
Yeah, that's our family
It's
Christmas.
It's
Is
always
Christmas Eve. But
Such a blast.
But check, come back on Friday at 11 p.m. Central. We'll be riffing on the 11th Hour movie, which is really shitty. We will not have a podcast next Monday. Enjoy the holiday. Go do your thing. When we come back in January, we're going to be doing our Star Wars podcast. Star Wars games, Star Wars movies, Force Awakens, full spoilers. Watch the movie before then.
Yeah.
Or if you don't give a shit, then just come and we'll tell you.
Spoil the shit.
we will make a point to remind everyone of spoilers
Yeah, we'll let you know.
beforehand.
We'll let you know.
Yeah. Like
And
the
Splash
title
art.
should just be called Spoiler Alert.
yeah, actually, that's what I called when we finished Mass Effect.
Yeah.
So we could call it Spoiler Alert. Yeah. What else? Oh. We'll also be giving away Assassin's Creed stuff that day. We have comics. We have Assassin's Creed Unity on Xbox One. We're going to be giving that away. It'll be the first Monday in January. It's on like the 6th or the 4th or something
Very
like that.
good.
Check out all our social media.
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. It's Angry Cuddles. Go check out moonlightnative.com. At Will Roth Music on Twitter.
Yeah. Check that shit out.
Go check out hedgyhates.com. Shark's Web Comic.
Yeah.
Go follow Byronic Commando on Twitch. He's
I'm
gonna,
actually putting him a name. Never mind.
Oh yeah, it's actually that just says Chuck. It doesn't say Byronic Commando, but you know what I mean. But yeah, Chuck's gonna get. I'm gonna make sure Chuck gets a stream up and going sometime in the next couple weeks at the beginning of the year, and we'll be able to roll with that. One of the things that I wanted to point out, I want to give a shout out to the Sci-Fi Factory in Lake Worth. I went up there to watch some X-Wing minis this weekend, and they had a really cool. Normally, it's like person on person, person versus person, and you create a little squad and you fly the ships around and you shoot at each other, stuff like that. This one that was set up to be kind of like a trench run, and You get points for how fast you make the run, for how much cargo you pick up, and if you destroy like the main ship. And then they had turrets set up on either side. So if you flew too close to the side, then your vehicle would take damage. Anyway,
So you're trying to do a bit of a Kessel Run at the same time.
it's a little bit like a Kessel Run, yeah. And so I go to film it and to hang out and give them some Angry Cuddle stuff to give away. And their shop is on spoiler lockdown. Whenever they entered the store, they're like, "Hey guys, welcome to Sci-Fi Factory. Have you seen Star Wars yet? No? Do you care? Yeah? Okay.
Spoilers.
And so yeah, anytime you could talk about the movie and stuff, but when you got to, you would call out spoilers so that people knew where to not walk by. And it was handled very professionally.
We nearly
It was very
kicked
well
a
done.
couple of people out.
Oh, for talking too much?
Yeah. He would, in his defense, he is a youngling. He did not quite grasp it,
Oh, right.
and we had to
the
remind
concept
him.
of spoilers.
But we reminded him rather firmly when we said, "First, I'm going to kick your ass, and then I'm going to kick you out. Shut
Oh, poor
your
kids.
whore mouth."
You little. Okay. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody.
Thanks to every last one of you watching this right now for
Yep.
getting us to 100+ followers.
Yes,
It
we
really
will
means a lot
get
to
some
us.
nice pictures once we're done with the feed.
Continue sharing us and liking us, letting
Yeah.
people that you think would like watching us show. See if we can get to 200, 300.
Yeah.
And when's your next show?
January 23rd at the Live Oak in Fort Worth.
Live Oak.
Magnolia.
Off
Yeah.
Magnolia. It's going to be a big show.
Ooh.
We're actually about to
Little
release a demo
swanky.
video of me, the lead singer from the Deluxe, and the lead singer from Gole. We're all singing a song together
Ooh.
and doing a video for it. It's going to be great.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Super
Yeah.
cool.
So
Okay.
And
Yes.
As a wrap up, guys, let us know on social media, what are your gamer resolutions that you want to look forward to for the next year?
I'm so glad that you said that. I totally forgot about that.
Did you guys?
Do you guys have any gamer resolutions?
Less DLC.
Less
Yeah.
DLC. Yeah.
Well, less paid DLC.
Let's say DLC.
More free DLC.
Is that for you or is that for
Everybody.
like game developers?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But you will.
I want to do some more co-op stuff.
That's mine too.
Yeah,
I want to play more co-op with more people.
yeah, for sure.
I want to make a game. I want to make a game. I've had the materials and the tools to do so for literally years, and I haven't done jack diddly shit with any of it. So it's about time I got up off my fat lazy ass and did something with it. So yeah,
Well, wouldn't you continue to sit
Mentally.
during?
Metaphorically.
more metaphorically.
Oh, metaphorically. Okay.
Crazy Cat Lady says I was actually love playing a game y'all came up with. Let's make that happen. So
He has to stand while he does it.
Although
our audience member is going to make Chuck stand for the rest of his life
to my
until he finishes the game.
To my credit, when I start thinking, I get up on my feet and I start walking back and forth and gesticulating and actually talking to myself out loud so I can hear these ideas come out and go, okay, no, that's stupid. No, that one's good. That one's good. I like that. What about this? And I will do this
They
for
usually have medication for that.
no. Fuck the meds, man. I don't like the meds.
Once again, guys, thanks for
turn me
everything
off.
you've done for us in 2015. 2016, we're going to keep the train going. Angry Cuddles is going places. Moonlight Native is going a million places. Hedgie Hates is going places. And Chuck will be there, too. So we'll see you guys in
Riding everybody's
2016.
coattails.
Check us out Friday night for the Twitch Riff. And we'll see you next time. My name is Steven.
My name is Chuck.
My name's Will the Thrill.
You
I'm
said that
Shark.
again. We'll see you guys in on Christmas night and then again in 2016.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light.
From
now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
There you go.
That was my symbol.